Hello, this is David from the While I'm in Guitar Artistry, and today we are continuing our quest to find the best PRS guitar for me. Yeah, this is not a type of video where I'm telling you this is the best PRS guitar that you should get. No, they're all great so far, all the PRSs that I've tried. I'm trying to find the one that would fit my playing style and my use and all that. So it's basically me going through the process of playing guitars. All right, last video we compared these two, the PRS 24 Custom and the Paul's guitar right here that I have, the blue one. By the end of last video, I decided to keep this one, the Custom 24. Well, I'm kind of having second thoughts. That's a different story. We're just going to pretend that this is the quote-unquote winner. Again, this is not a losing guitar at all. It's pretty awesome. And again, that's why I'm having second thoughts. But you're gonna go with the Custom 24. And by the way, why do I get all these guitars? Well, PRS is so kind. I reached out to them and they're letting me borrow these guitars until I pick the one that would fit me, and then I'll purchase it. All right, so we have another guitar today. And that guitar kind of requires a story. It's this one right here. The Silver Sky guitar, which is a signature model guitar. We're gonna play it. You can skip all the talk if you want, that's totally fine, but I wanna give you my thoughts on signature guitars. I have a real bias, and that's a problem when you're trying to find an instrument that would fit you. I have a bias with signature models. I understand why they exist, and typically the signature guitars that you will have are really, really good instruments designed by a respected artist. And in this case, John Mayer. I love the guy. Never met him, but I have nothing but respect for John. But here's my bias. And this started way back in the 90s with my first experience with a signature model guitar, the Joe Satriani model from Ibanez. I picked up the guitar, and in my mind, in the early 90s, even though I was just a beginner, but in my mind, I picked up a Joe Satriani model, and in my mind, I had to play like Joe Satriani in that style, and I had to think about music and the instrument in Joe's mind type of way, because I was playing a Joe Satriani model. And the same thing happened with the Jem, Steve Vai's signature guitar. Even when I listen to other artists which use those guitars, which has a huge successful lineage, they're great guitars, well, I always went back to Steve, and instead of listening for the music for the story that the artist was playing, I was having that filter through the guitar. So it's the same thing that kind of happened with the Silver Sky guitar, John Mayer's guitar. I kind of have that John filter. I kind of have to approach music the way John does, play in similar ways, even though we're all unique, but that's my bias. So I'm going to try to leave that aside. Should we play it? I think we should. I've got to tell you, when I received this guitar, I was not in the studio. This was shipped in my home. I'm renting a studio here. This is not my home. And I just picked it up unplugged, and I have to tell you that this is the first time in decades of playing where I pick up a guitar unplugged and I just start playing. And this came out. A song just kind of came out of it, and it sounded really good unplugged. So that is the first experience with it, which is pretty awesome. Let's play it. I have preset here. We're going to go with kind of a bluesy thing. See, the bias comes out, right? Here's the neck position. Here's the middle position. And the bridge. Sounds great. Now let's try the intermediate positions. And here is the other intermediate position between the middle and the bridge. This definitely feels like a strat, like a high-end strat. It's solid construction. I felt comfortable right away, but not overly comfortable. I still have to work a little bit to extract the tone out of it. Like some guitars kind of tend to do that. The more you play them, the more refined your playing is. I don't know if that makes sense, but I definitely had that feeling with PRS guitars. Almost like they had secrets that would come out in time as I would play them. Because depending on how I attack a note, I'll show you on the Custom 24, we'll play that one a little bit. Depending on how I attack the notes, well, the tone will really change quite a bit. Some guitars don't quite have that. I'm gonna be in the neck position here. If I play this note here, really softly, and dig in, there's a breakup that naturally happens. And the bends are not extremely easy to do. They're easy, but not extremely easy. Now that has to do, of course, with the strings, the way it's set up, but also the neck profile. And that forces you to rely more on your background and to have more thoughts into the notes that you're playing. Does that make sense at all? I don't know. I think we should just play a little more. Let's switch to a lead tone. I'm gonna stick with this one, and hopefully by the end of the video, I'll be able to decide, all right, this is the guitar I wanna keep. I don't know, it's gonna be really hard. We're a heavy lead tone here. I'm gonna go into the bridge position. You know, it feels good. Let's see what the Silver Sky does with that sound. Again, here's my bias coming out. Would John Mayer use this tone? Probably not, so I would switch it, but no, I'm not going to. Because I want to see if this works for me. You know what I'm noticing here with this, I'm glad I did this with this sound. The Silver Sky, tonal wise, sounds a lot more defined. The notes, they don't bleed into each other as much. They're more separated, in my opinion, which is a good thing. All right, I think I came to a conclusion. If this was not a signature model, again, because of the bias, not because I'm above it, I think I'd pick the Silver Sky. Just tonal-wise, playing-wise, it's very comfortable. Okay, we're at the end of the video. I'm gonna have to make a choice between the Silver Sky and the Custom 24. Again, I might change because at the beginning of this video, I told you that I have second thoughts between the Custom 24 and the Paul's guitar, which is also really good. I'm gonna go with the Silver Sky. I love it. I really do. The notes are very defined. It's very comfortable to play. It feels like a solid guitar. The intonation is perfect. And sure, they're very different. This one has a floating type of vibrato. This one doesn't. I'm gonna go with this. I love it. Now, PRS, if you're watching this, don't take my word for it yet. Just wait for my final call before I purchase one, because I don't know. Gosh, is there anything else I should, there's one more I'm curious about, and that's the McCarty guitar. My friend Devin has one. That was my first experience with PRS, and I loved it. I used it on the channel a little bit. I might try a McCarty again. Those are my thoughts on the Silver Sky. I really recommend that you check them out, and I'd love to know what you think about my weird bias on signature models. Am I just being stupid? Should I get over it? Probably should. Let me know what do you think about it. And PRS, I also want to thank you guys for sending me strings. They have strings now. Maybe it's not a new thing. I should know. I'm really sorry. But anyways, thank you for the care package. I really appreciate it. Check them out. I haven't tried them yet, but if they're anything like the guitars, they're gonna be pretty awesome. I'll let you know. Everyone, thanks for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this video. And who knows, I might end up with the Paul's guitar in the end. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you very soon. Practice well.